So I took the wrong bag home from the airport. When I got here, I got the bag off the baggage carousel and I took it home, didn't look at the bag tag, looked exactly like my bag, threw it in the corner, had a nice cup of tea, watched an episode of The X-Files, and then I went to open it to get my phone charger out. Not my stuff! It was weird. I mean, at first it was funny, like I was trying on all the clothes, using the toothbrush, gave myself a back massage with the vibrator. But then suddenly it occurred to me, hang on a second, if I have this person's stuff, then this person must have my stuff! Quickly, back to the airport! Some son of a bitch is touching my shit! Hurry, before they find the hard drives! Yes, that was an airport story. Because if you didn't know this, the American Association of Touring Comedians has an industry standard that you have to adhere to when you do shows here as a foreign artist. It's union regulated. There's nothing I can do about it. You have to do at least 2 to 3 airport, airline or airplane stories. You need at least 4 to 5 cum references. And a hot take on the difference between men and women. So I'll just tell another airport story and then I'll segue seamlessly into my hilarious impression of my wife getting ready to go out to dinner. It's all moisturiser and shoe buckles. She's such a dumb bitch. So I was at the airport. I spent a couple of weeks in California and I had to fly, I might have been in the shit bit, you don't know. I just say that, California, which bit? I was in Eureka. Which is nice, it is nice there, but I spent a couple of weeks up there and I had to fly from Eureka in Humboldt County to Denver, Colorado. And that's all you have to do in this country is just name a place and someone will just, New York! Chicago! Yeah, you're very... USA, USA. There's lots of bits. We all live in one of them. We visited some. We liked them when we were there. You're very unified as a country, aren't you? Any fucking way. I had to fly from Eureka Airport in Humboldt County to Denver, Colorado, and I arrived at the airport, and I don't know if you've been to that airport, but it's more of a log cabin than an airport. In place of a departures board, there's like the head of a moose mounted on the wall. And as I walked in, a police officer immediately approached me and said, "Where's your mask?" And I went, "Oh, shit, I don't have my mask on." This is back when we were still wearing masks. And by the way, I am pro-mask, I'm just anti-ears. So I put my backpack down and I reached into the front pocket of my backpack to retrieve my mask, and I grabbed a hold of something that was not a mask. One of the side effects of being a touring comedian travelling through California is that total strangers give you free drugs. Which is how I found myself crouched on the floor of an airport next to an officer of the law, holding a handful of hallucinogenic mushrooms. And for some reason, I looked up at the cop and said, "Hi." And he said, "Do you have a mask?" And I said, "I'm just looking for my mask." And I reached around in the pocket and I found the mask, but it was just loose in the pocket with the mushrooms. And I realised if I pulled the mask out, the shrooms would go flying across the terminal. So I said, "I can't seem to locate my mask, officer." And he reached for his gun and I said, "Please don't kill me." And then he pulled a disposable mask out of his pocket and said, "I got a spare. You have a great flight." Thank you, officer. Now, I'm not sure what kind of training Humboldt County police officers do to recognise suspicious activity. But on that day, this guy must have been out racially profiling teenagers or something, because he was oblivious. Now, I'm getting the sense from a lot of you, mostly Alyssa, that you're all going, Randy, what's the big deal? Mushrooms are decriminalised in California. I didn't know that. So I'm like, I can't check these mushrooms in. The cop's standing at the door looking at me. There's no trash cans in the terminal. I was like, what am I going to do with these mushrooms? And then it came to me. I crouched down next to the wall, right? And I put my bag down and I pretended to tie my shoelaces. And then I just ate them. All of them. That flight from California to Colorado was the longest 3 weeks of my life. I spent the rest of the day lying on the floor of an airport hotel in Denver just going, "Whee!"